Alright guys, so as you can see we are here for AOR Italy highlights today in the PS4 Tier 2 League, and I'm sorry this video wasn't uploaded last week. I was away pretty much the whole week, so that is why it is uploaded this week. But as you can see here, I've changed my wheel settings and I've increased everything by 5, and I spent a lot of time finding the correct wheel settings for this track, and I'll probably use higher feedback for the rest of the AOR season and time left on this game. And I'm just going to wait until F1 2017 for another new wheel settings video, because I'll probably end up changing them again, so there's no point. So higher feedback is the plan from now on, because I've been playing a lot of Project Cars, Assetto Corsa and the F1 2017 beta, which all have quite high feedback, so that is the reason why I've changed. And also at Monza, the slow speed chicanes make the feedback quite low, so I wanted to increase it for this track especially. But that's enough of me rambling on about my wheel settings, and as you can see we are here in qualifying and it's raining. I'm heading round this fast right-hander here. We're going on the inside, although usually you'd stick more to the inside of that corner, but in the wet you're going to stay around the outside because it's got more grip around there. Now heading into the second chicane. Make sure you don't hit those curbs too hard, because else you will probably spin. But heading into this round I was feeling really confident, because you guys would have seen that I won the social, not last week but the week before, at Malaysia, so my pace was looking good heading into this round, and I do like this track. And by the way guys, I'm probably going to this race in real life F1 this year, not the Belgium Grand Prix because it clashes with MotoGP, but I'm probably going to this race, which I cannot wait for, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing experience. But heading now into the Ascari chicane, I believe it's called, and with the higher force feedback it made it easier to judge into chicanes especially. But I'm pretty sure I found the perfect setup for this race. I use setups from F1 YouTubers like TR Limitless, TR Martin, The Flying Finn, Sayaryu, HCR Cupid I believe it's called, or ESR Lee as is now known. And I'm going to hope to make my own setups in the future and not use other league races setups. But as you can see here, I've gone fastest so far on the intermediate tyres, and now I'm setting up for my second run, heading around the parabolica. You can see here I've gone wide, I lost the car slightly, and then I lost it again, and that's me in the wall, and my qualifying is over. And that was pretty annoying, because I felt like I could definitely improve from the time I did in the first run. But we're still on pole at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see where it puts us in the end. And you can see here you've got GR Demon here, who's coming towards the line. You can see my car off to the right there, and he goes P1. So at this stage I was very annoyed, because I couldn't fight for pole anymore, and I just got to see where it put me in the end, and it put me P4 in the end, which wasn't too bad. It's not the end of the world from there. And you can see the game wants me to do a two-stop strategy, starting on the soft tyres here, but I wanted to start on the super soft so I could attack and try and get to the front and try and stay there. But obviously with this game the slipstream effect is really high at this track, especially because of the amount of straights at this track. But anyway, you can see I'm deciding whether or not to go on the softs or super softs to start the race, but I decided to go on the super softs, and then softs on the second stint, and then mediums to the end, and see how it went. And you can see we're waiting for the formation lap to begin. Can we get to the front? I was hoping to get to the front within 3 or 4 laps, and let's wait and see whether we are able to do that. As you can see, formation lap begins now. We don't want to make contact with any cars in this formation lap, because you'd be put on the grid by the game and you wouldn't be able to warm up your tyres and set up the car ready for the race. But starting fourth is not the best, but let's see what we can do from here. You can see, I can't remember his game tag, I think it's Jeek or something like that, who's in P1 in the Ferrari, and I believe he's pretty new to the league. But anyway, we are ready for the start now. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the lights go out and away we go for AOR Italy here in the PS4 Tier 2 League. And you can see the Sauber in front of me has moved across, so I can't get in the slipstream of Demon as we head towards turn 1. I'm not going to go up the inside of anyone, I'm going to go pretty cautious on the brakes. You can see my teammate behind with an unpronounceable gamer tag is in P5, and we need him to score decent points today for the Constructors' Championship. But already we're trying to challenge the Sauber here in front of the 4 chicks, heading towards the second chicane. We're going to go around the outside here, and on the brakes, are we able to outbrake him? No, we're not at the moment. You can see Jeek's gone a bit wide there in the Ferrari, and now the Sauber of the 4 chicks is going to get through, and Jeek is on the medium tyres, so we need to pass him as quickly as possible. And you can see here heading into Lesmo 1. He made contact with us there, and that was pretty poor standard of driving from him, I must say, because I was at the inside and he just decided to turn in. We were lucky not to lose our front wing or anything, or even be out of this race. So P3 it is now as we pass in with the slipstream. You can see my teammate's trying to get through as well, but he's not able to. And I think my teammate was racing on a wheel for the first time today, so he's probably not going to be as quick as usual, and he's missed the last few races. But you can see, heading on to lap 2, Demon set the fastest lap obviously because he was first across the line, but we have gone past the 4 chicks in the Sauber and into P2 already, so it's gone pretty well at the moment, and we just got to focus on catching Demon on the soft tyres. And already we set a 1:23.6, I think that says. I can't really read it from here because the screen in this post-race commentary position is smaller, but anyway, we go up the inside of Demon into P1, and I've managed to get into the lead, and now we've just got to stay here. My tyres will wear out quicker than the other people, but hopefully we've got track position, so we should be able to keep these guys behind, although the slipstream is going to be very annoying. You're not going to be able to pull away because of just how this game is, and it's going to be better on F1 2017, that's for sure, but it's so annoying at the moment. You can see Demon is going past and we weren't able to pull away, and it goes past with DRS and slipstream on the soft tyres to take back P1, so we've just got to try and stick to back from here. The top 3 are running pretty good pace, so we're all pulling away from the cars behind, including Dan, my closest championship rival, so we just need to keep doing what we're doing. I'm going to try and save some fuel now behind Demon because of the slipstream, so I'm putting it into lean here to save some fuel because you can easily keep up due to the slipstream. Now we're going back up the inside anyway, back into P1. I'm going to try and hold him behind. We're going to slow him down a bit here to try and break the slipstream, but you can see it's just impossible. He's right behind me, and I think he would have been easily able to make the move there into the parabolica, but he wanted the DRS for the pit straight, so virtual safety car is out now. Okay, so we're going to be pitting now because you can gain a lot of time by pitting onto the virtual safety car or the safety car, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be pitting onto the soft tyres slightly earlier than we would have expected, but it will help us because if we stayed out we'd lose probably about 6 or 7 seconds, maybe more. And we're going to be ahead of Demon easily as he goes on to the mediums, which is quite surprising, so he's going to be doing a longer second stint, so we should be able to pull away from him easily as the virtual safety car is about to end. So you can see how far I am behind my delta, so I'm going to be pushing immediately, so effectively my virtual safety car is ended already, and now we go racing. So we've just got to pull away from Demon and try and catch the cars in front. My Cheek is one of the cars in front. He's no longer a rival because his pace just wasn't really there in the race pace. I think his qualifying pace is really good, but in terms of the race pace he's not quite there at the moment. You can see he's actually off the track there and facing the wrong way, so that's his race pretty much ruined already. And we've got the guy in front, and now Pitman in front as we skip on to lap 11. These guys haven't pitted yet, and I think they were planning a one-stop, which I didn't actually think was possible at the time. In my practice I didn't think it was possible, so we went for a 2-stop, but these guys are going to go for a one-stop. We've already caught up with them as 4:44 is now out of the race, so will that bring out a safety car? I hope not, but it actually does. And I say I hope not, but it actually helped me a lot because these one-stoppers were now going to be very close to me, and I could be able to easily take the lead and hopefully pull away, but once again the slipstream will prevent that, as you will see. So we're going to be pitting again onto the safety car because that's the best time to pit. It's going to be earlier than normal again, but we can get these medium tyres to the end from here, as can the one-stoppers as well. So it's going to be interesting from here. Let's wait and see what we can do. I was heading down the pit lane into the Force India pit box, onto the medium tyres. Don't want to be held up, and we haven't been. And you can see, I believe the Haas cars queued up a bit there, and Pitmat is easily going to be behind us, so we are now into P4, and the guy in front on the soft tyres in P3, but hopefully, even though he's on the soft tyres, we can still be able to be quicker than him. You can see Dan is now into P2, and he was planning a one-stop, and so was the 4 chicks in P1, so it's going to be very difficult for us to beat these guys because they're on the same tyres. apart from the guy in front, but you can see they're going 3 abreast down the straight now. And are we going to go 4 abreast? No, we're not. We're going to back out of that. We don't want to risk anything because we are the championship leader. And there's a bit of contact there. We want to stay out of this. We don't want to make any contact damage. Our wing guy has made contact with Dan, and we lose the car there slightly, but we are now up into P3. And Dan's actually on the soft tyres, and he actually made them get to the end, which I didn't think he'd be able to do, and it was very surprising for me, to be honest, as we are in rich fuel mixture, and Dan on the faster soft tyres is actually going to be passed by us on the slower medium tyres. So we are now up into P2, and it's just like the start. We're going from 4th up into 2nd, maybe even 1st if we can catch the 4 chicks in front. And yeah, we just got to make sure we put away from these guys and hopefully get into lead and break the slipstream. As you can see here, we are going up the inside into the parabolic, and it was actually a bit of a stupid move that I did there because I've actually just given him DRS, which I realised as soon as I did the move, so that was a bit annoying. You can see I've got 3 cars behind me. Now I'm going to weave because I was getting really annoyed at the slipstream. I don't know whether that's legal or not, which it probably isn't. I know it's not in real life F1, but I weave in order to try and break the slipstream. You can see it's actually paid off because we're going to hold on to P1 by being quite late on the brakes there. And you can see there's only 11 cars left in this race, but if we can hold on to P1, we should be in a very good position heading into the last 3 rounds to take this title and hopefully move up to Tier 1. So 11 laps to go here, excuse me, heading into the 2nd chicane. We are trying so hard in the rich fuel mixer to try and get a gap, and to be honest I did get a gap, but by the time I got a slight gap there was another straight and another chance for them to catch up, and you can see onto lap 20 I stayed in front for a few laps, but these guys are going to go through, and Dan is still going well on his worn soft tyres, and he's going to possibly go up the inside of the 4 chicks there in the Salbert, but no he's not. So we are down to P3, and what I was thinking now is I've just got to stick behind these guys here and hopefully I can make a move with a couple of laps to go and take the win. And you can see I've got the Haas of the guy behind, who I also think was trying to do the same thing as Dan and go for a 1-stop, and you can see I've outbroken myself there, or outbraked, sorry, poor English, but we didn't make contact there with Dan, and we're still P3 for the moment. We were very lucky there. We didn't want to take out our closest championship rival. As you can see I'm sliding there through Lesno 1, now into Lesno 2, and the guy may be able to set up a move here as we open the DRS. He's going to go for it, and we don't want him to pass us because that's going to really hinder us here. He's going for it up the inside, but he's not close enough to make a move, and you can see that's actually ruined his Astari chicane, and we've actually built up a gap, and that is enough of a gap to break the slipstream, and that's what we need with these 2 cars in front when we eventually make the overtake, if we do. And you can see now we are very close to them. We've managed to get away from Pitmat and the guy in the Haas cars, and Dan now goes to the lead. He takes P1 off the 4 chicks, and we're going to slipstream both of them. We're in lean at the moment, and we're going to go up the inside on the brakes, and you guys would have seen this. I did an upload of it for my overtake of the week submission because there's an overtake of the week competition in the league, and yeah, that was very late on the brakes. I didn't think at the time I'd be able to pass both of them, but I just thought I'd go for it because you need to take risks in this league in order to win it. And now onto lap 23, we've built up a tiny gap, but once again it's just not enough, and Dan is now into P3. If it finishes like this it'll be really good, but it's not going to, because the 4 chicks is now side by side and he's easily going to go through, and so's Dan probably. So once again, and you can see Jonas there is coming out the pits. He's going to be a lap down, so that's not the greatest performance from him today. And yeah, we are now back into P3, so we've just got to stay behind these guys, hopefully go for the move once again and try and break the slipstream with a couple of laps to go. It might have to come down to a last lap move if we possibly can. You can see I'm saving fuel for that moment in lean because we've got DRS and the open slipstream. And you can see I'm really good round the corners here, trying to, like when I was in front, trying to build a gap. And I can't tell you how frustrating it is on this game in leagues, but you can see the amount of fuel I'm saving at the moment is Jeep, who is a long way behind, sets the fastest lap. But we're about to go on to lap 25 here, so only 3 laps to go at the end of this one. Across the line now we have the RS, and in the slipstream we're in standard at the moment. And are we going to be able to set up a move here? No, we're not. We have a look to the inside because As many of you will know, the proximity arrows move around on the screen, so it can be quite distracting for the car in front. But you can see here, we could have gone for the move there on Dan, but now we're playing games with him, and he's also playing games with the 4 chicks now, because we all want DRS down the straight. So I stayed behind these two, and I thought, now this is my best opportunity with 2 laps to go to take the lead and try and break the slipstream and get away. You can see the 4 chicks is moving around, giving the slipstream to Dan, now giving the slipstream to me, and there was no space there, and I went on the grass, but I dived up the inside here, and you would have seen this as a steward's inquiry because I went off the track there, and the game gave me a penalty, even though I'm going to let them back through, so I gained no advantage from it, but the game's given me a penalty, so that is why I had to speak to the stewards about that. And for some reason, I'm commentating this on a Sunday, so I've got Japan tonight, and it still hasn't been decided whether or not my penalty is being removed, so provisionally I have a 5-second penalty, so I'm just going to commentate like I have that penalty, even though hopefully I don't. But anyway, P3 it is for us now, and you can see we are right up behind Dan, touching his rear wing almost, and his tyres are going to be so worn. And now we're going to dive up the inside into the parabolica, and we've got DRS as well, because there was the DRS detection line, and we were still behind him at that moment, so we are now in front, and he's got DRS, which is more powerful than, he's got slipstream, sorry, which is more powerful than DRS, but the DRS is going to help us along the straight here, and on to lap 27, so the final lap. We are now into P2. Can we catch the Sauber in front, even though we've got our 5-second penalty? It's going to be difficult. And you can see here onto lap 27, the 4 chicks has taken his first tier 2 PS4 win in AOR, and we have taken 2nd, although the penalty was going to put me into 3rd, so still waiting to find out whether I'm in 2nd or not, and whether my penalty got removed. But anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed, as Giggs takes P4 and the Williams, but I hope you've enjoyed. Japan should be out in the next few days, so I haven't actually done that race yet, but anyway. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you very soon for whatever my next video may be. It's probably going to be Japan, my next video. But yeah, see you soon guys, goodbye.